Live on Saturday night?
Yep. Closest again.
All right, calling meeting to order. Thank everyone in attendance tonight. I would like to ask if we have any questions, just refrain from blurting out. We were on a time crunch last time. If there's anything that you have, please send that to us. Previous meeting minutes approval.
So I sent September and then October's. Okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Current agenda approval.
I'll make a motion to approve our agenda.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public address, none. Treasurer's report. Everyone have time to review that?
Okay, so the last 3 pages, she said she can start moving into some of that. I just told her yes. She just said be careful with anything with account information on it and then donor information. Okay. So then the other thing too is if we do an audit, we could hire a professional audit. So it wouldn't be a bad idea. The other thing that we could do is we could have an internal audit where we set up an audit committee. They would go in and look at our finances for the last 2 years. They would get access to whatever they want. So you can have members who pick people interested in this. And then these members would come in and they would check and go through anything that they're interested in. Maybe Keith or whoever.
Do you know the cost of an outside audit?
$15,000 for 2 years. So I thought the committee was kind of interesting and internal audit, but it's just.
I mean, I think it's not a bad thing to do. Obviously, we have to figure out a way to have that with the budget. Some fashion. A third party would be a good idea, so it's not something to do the other side, the other side, just to get started.
Yeah, the thing she did mention is that if we do a third party, the board is answering the questions, like she can't answer the questions to them. So when they ask questions back and forth, like, we can go to her and answer, but it's gonna be a lot of work on the board's part, like, we have to be available to be able to answer all those questions too. She said something to keep in mind, but if you wanna do it. So maybe we'll put that in hold until maybe next meeting. Okay. And then I can also try and get some quotes maybe from official quotes from outside. Okay. That's all I have.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Pelton.
I'm not sure where to stand so the camera can see. Is it facing this
So
way?
stand on the table.
Yeah, I think it will. No, it can't be. Is that your hockey for carrying all the hockey? Is that your bag for carrying all the hockey stuff?
My mom's.
That's kind of serious.
I think that's more than a year to MCHC.
So, I'm here to talk about, being a big guy. So I'm here to talk about the referee, coordinator position. I don't want to take up any of your guys' sensitive time, but if you have questions for me about my qualification, please feel free. It's not going to offend me at all, because if I was you, I'd be saying, what the heck is Aaron doing and how is he qualified for this? But basically, I'm just trying to get right after it right away, because I'm probably 2 months behind baseball right now. So I mean, I was already working on basketball stuff back in June. I was going to clinics with everybody in the association. We were already working on stuff. So I'm way behind that now, and we have tournaments coming up, really big tournaments. So what I did was when I started talking about possibly taking this position, the first phone call I made was to Wyatt, begged him to take the position, and I just told him I would do the work. He declined, but he said that he would help me. The next phone call I made, I went to Dave and said the same thing. And I just started calling around to a couple people. I made a phone call to Thor Nelson first because he was the guy on the state's page. But what I really wanted to know, or what is really important to me, first of all, is refereeing. I love the profession of refereeing, and it's one of my favorite hobbies, refereeing. But without referees, we do not have a game. We have to have a building, we have to have kids, we have to have coaches, but we have to have referees. And it's probably something that we don't take the best quality care of. I mean, I'm not saying we, our club, I'm just society in general, right? It gets a bad rap, but there's really no reason to. I mean, this is something that we can, that we should be able to grow and prosper in our particular area, whatever that might mean. So I'm kind of going into it with that. One of the first things that we really need is more organization. What I'm told and what I'm learning is that to make a schedule, it's a lot of texting, copy, pasting, sending out to our referees, trying to get them to pick up the games for a particular day and a particular tournament, right? So and so it drops and it gets sent back to me. Hey, I can't be there on Saturday at 3 for Sport D1 game, whatever. Can you find somebody? That's not going to work going forward. It just isn't. I mean, for a number of reasons, we all have schedules, we all have a lot. So what we do in basketball, I'm in an association that has 85 officials, and we ref anywhere from Kenmare up to Divide County, down to Killdeer. I mean, all over the place. You couldn't pick a town in West North Dakota that I ever ref. Varsity boys and girls, every level. What we do in the next coming days, Drew is going to be sending out an Arbiter. We use a program, a software called Arbiter. It's very popular within the referees. I know how to use Arbiter. And what Drew will send out and say, hey, I need everybody's schedules. That will go out in an email. All of us referees, my wife is going to sit next to me, and I'm going to block off every single day that I can't ref because I want to be at all my kids' games. If I have a work event, if I'm coaching, I don't coach anymore, but I coached for 5 years, right? If I'm coaching, whatever it might be, I'm going on there and I'm blocking off those dates. Drew cannot schedule me on Friday, July 23rd, because I'm already blocked off that date, right? He could call me on July 20th and say, hey, I really need somebody for Friday, so-and-so sick, COVID, whatever it might be, and I might be able to pick that up, but he cannot schedule me. There's 25, I mean, he's got lots of games that Drew's talking about. Well, no, in our association, we don't have anything like that. So I made my first phone call to Minot. They seemed really organized. They got Thor, and that's where they have the head official. I called and said, what software are you guys using? What is software is other people using? And in Minot, they're using Horizon WebRef. It's called Horizon WebRef. Drew pays $1,000 for Arbiter, but that's because we have 85 officials. Well, just about every software.
Year?
$1,000 a year. I want to make that clear. It is not $1,000 a month. I wish it was. It is $1,000 a year, but we have 85 officials, and you pay by the number of officials. But we actually bill out that to a couple of our really big schools in our association. So Williston pays a large chunk of that because we schedule World Series for Williston, and then us refs cover the rest of it. But it's a very minimal portion. However, we pay to be a part of the association. I mean, I had 59 varsity games last year, so right, I'm busy. Now, if we use Horizon Rep, if I picked 50 refs and I think it's 50 and below, it was $300 to $400. And the reason I'm like kind of vague on the numbers because if I had to add some officials, like if let's just say I had to reach out to Minot, get them to send 8 officials for your junior gold tournament that you just sent me, and they're going to send us officials, I probably want to add people to this, and I might have to pay like $350 per ref. So it couldn't. So there's a price that you pay for anything over that, and so it could range between $300 to $500 depending on which one. But like I said, Minot is using Horizon WebRef. I don't know what Minot's using, and I don't know what Williston and Dickinson are using, but I wish I did. I would also like to know what Eric, his name is Eric Carmen. Everybody that I've called at these other associations have been super good to me. Hey, here's our points of emphasis, this is what we're using. We will send refs, you get us your schedule, tell us what you need, we'll make sure that we get people out there. Well, that's all great to hear, but first things first, I need to know, I can't just start throwing all these Minot refs into our Waffle City games and leave these guys out that live here, because they are gonna wanna do some of the junior role games, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've got people here. I would not ref in Wofford City if Drew wasn't here, if he was scheduling me the C squad game, Alexander against so-and-so, right? I want, you know, and some of these guys are gonna want these junior bowl games, so we gotta make sure that we get them in there first and get them the opportunities if they're gonna be around town. Luke Taylor, you know, all these guys that, Jared Wold, if they're around town, Jason Brew, make sure that they're getting on the schedule. But we do have other associations that will try and help us, so they say. Okay? So with that being said, I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast, but with that being said, I feel like if I use the app or the software, call it the software, if I use the software that they're using, it's gonna be much easier to integrate people and get them onto our portal. That make sense? Any questions regarding the software?
No. So you're looking for people to get.
Correct.
this software.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to you guys to ask for approval of everything.
Yep.
At first, I think I need to be out front and everything, and not just be the new guy who refs basketball, coming to the hockey club and telling you guys. Right?
Yeah.
So, but if I could have purchased the Horizon app this weekend, I would have already had all the games put on there that you brought to me and that you sent. Like, I'm 2 months late. If I wanna get stuff on there, that to me is step one. Step two is I've gotta start recruitment. If people have to be registered to ref by October 31st. They have to have paid and done all their work by December 31st to get their badge this year. Otherwise, you're out.
Which two of these softwares are you wanting to use?
That's a good question. I think we should use, well, I'm super nervous about any of it. That I haven't used any of them. It's all gonna be new to me and it's gonna take me a few days, but I think Horizon Web Ref, unless you guys feel like I should go a different route, I feel like I should use what Minot is using, is what I was saying.
So is there something that you wanna, like if we make a motion to approve, you know, not to exceed a certain amount, is there something like maybe you wanna shop around, like maybe do a demo with Horizon and?
So there is a demo, and what I tried to do was see if there was like a 7-day or a 30-day where I could put my credit card in and it would let me use it. They didn't have that option, but they do have stuff on YouTube.
So you did kinda watch a bit of
Correct.
that.
And I wanted to send you guys like clips so you can see all that, but I also didn't want to inundate you guys with a bunch of information. You know what I mean? It kind of looked like I was over the top even, but I mean, this is just, to me, is just basics. The biggest problem we have and the reason that I'm standing here right now is because we don't have any organizational schedules, right? And the person who was doing it last year probably was constantly on their phone all day trying to get this done. But I mean, I will tell you right now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, from November 15th through the end of February, I will be on a basketball court somewhere repping a varsity basketball game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna have time to grab my phone and figure out who's gonna be somewhere on that coming Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, anything that's gonna make it easy, so I mean, I'll make a motion to approve to purchase the Horizon Web.
I second.
Is that the one that you guys think I should do?
Whichever's easiest to you, and if you have other people that you could reach out to,
Mhm.
you know, to help guide you through that.
I mean, I can call Dallas Kuntz in Dickinson and see if he knows MG's not the coordinator, but I'm sure he knows exactly I could call Guy Finley and see if they know exactly what the coordinator's doing. However, I do know that Minot, who's got the abundance of reps, who has Storm Ellison, the head coordinator in Minot, this is what they're using, this is how they do it.
I think that was easy.
Yeah, see what you guys.
I'll second Sam's motion.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. There you go.
Software.
I did have a question.
Yeah, sure, of course.
So the younger, will we use this and we utilize this for in-house?
Pretty much.
The route to go would probably be to have the parent sign up if it is a youth rep, maybe? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I was just wondering, do we coordinate in like our in-house leagues, like the 3-on-3,
So-
how is that coordinated? How do they know which little?
That's what-
Yeah, I don't know, I think Wyatt did it 1 year, but I don't think Brady, I don't know if Brady coordinated you.
Scott.
I felt like last year was kind of like a word of mouth thing.
Yeah, it's usually,
Was
yes.
it really?
Yeah, for the younger
But
kids.
they're still reps, they're still, most of them, maybe not all of them.
Yeah.
Some of them. were
Here's how little I
reps.
know. The in-house league is at 10 and under? Is it the 8-year-olds? What age level is
It's
this?
was mostly all 8U.
And 10U.
And also 10U girls. And they, just like the mentioned, they're just out there, they agree to penalty, whatever, and the coaches maybe don't know, but.
And I don't even think some of the kids that were wrestling that you were technically wrestling. They were
Not all of
just
them.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would be something that you would have to.
Is it on Wednesday night? So this is
Yes.
Friday.
Yeah, this is
Wednesday
Wednesday.
nights.
Great night for our Jackson jumper to ref. Our younger kids, you know,
Which is what they did last year, just think there
Yes.
wasn't really scheduled for it, so I think the question was
Yeah,
how you.
I didn't know.
I would personally like to put it on, and let's at least try. Maybe we have a hard time getting it filled that way, but let's just get everything on there. And there's no reason we can't have it in 2 spots. There's no reason we can't have a sheet somewhere and there's, or an email list, but also get it on the schedule.
Maybe you put the parent, if it's a young
Yeah.
official, on there as opposed to obviously the kid may not even have a phone,
Right.
and the parent does their schedule. Look at that.
You know, I have not even thought about the pair with emails. That's probably, that's a very good point. Yeah. I don't even know if Avery, my daughter's 15, she's a freshman, I don't know if she checks email. I have no idea.
So, your youth reps may, yeah.
Any other questions so far? That was really good. The next one I wrote down, referee pay discussion. I'm not coming here to tell us to change the pay. I am coming here to bring the discussion to you. It was just brought up to my attention as I called around and said, hey, are you a rep? What are some of the points of emphasis? What are some of the concerns? What are some of the reasons we're having a really hard time with recruitment? Why are our numbers down? Why do we have a hard time getting people who want to ref? This is one of the first things I was told. So all I did, I just said, I will make note of it. In basketball, I don't get paid differently when I go to partial. When I ref Walker City Class AA against Bismarck High, it's the same pay as if I ref Alexander versus Bainville. As long as it's a varsity game, I can pay this. However, I'm seeing now in hockey, because I got Bismarck's pay, Minot's pay, Grand Forks pay, I can see that it's a little bit different with each association. I'm just trying to put it out to you guys. We need numbers. This is one of the 4 legs of hockey. We need a building, we need kids, we need coaches, and we need referees. And we need referees to thrive, and we need these people who want to do it.
So with the pay, if you have like other communities, what they're doing, can you send that to us? Maybe we can look at it and kind of compare what we're doing.
Or even better, did you write something up, a potential proposal, or
Sure.
what do you think would be?
If you would ask me right now, what these guys, I know that it's 110 to be an orange band and the junior ball game. And it's 90 if you're the referee, if you're the linesman.
I'm just saying, if you write a proposal for junior gold, 19 linesman versus ref.
Yep.
Have it for all age groups, nothing, what you think these guys would be want to get.
I know that it's been a number of years since they've gotten a raise. I will tell you that I will speak for my referees when I say that they told me it's been a number of years in basketball, we are getting a pay raise this year. I don't know what we're doing.
And that's the same thing with the umpires. I know that that was an issue they ran into last year, just not enough. And I'm 95% sure that they were going up to $100 a game per umpire in baseball this year.
I think it'd be best if you just write a proposal and what you think the refs
Okay.
would accept, and then you could even attach the other associations ones
Yeah.
that you found, so we can look at what you want us to approve for a pay scale versus what other people have.
I'm just trying to make it clear to you guys, I'm just trying to grow our referees in town.
Yeah, no, it's
So
just
that we
hard.
can, because I think this is vital for all these tournaments that we're gonna have. We wanna have great tournaments, and I wanna push these guys to even be better, to have better positioning, to really focus on the points of emphasis, which we're gonna hit on. And some of those things are gonna be a little easier with more talent and more pay. Other recruitment tools to get more young officials. Let's just talk about things that might have already been done. Minot pays their officials USA hockey registration fees. So I wanna sign my daughter up to referee. I told her that she's gonna referee and she's rolling her eyes at me, but, we're gonna spend $150-200 on gear. She's gonna have to get top, bottom, a few other things. We're gonna probably have to get a shield, and we're gonna have to pay $55 to register the referee. I've already paid. I feel like if I'm gonna be the coordinator, I should do a level 1 this year, even though I will never get on the ice, and I should go through that, so I paid $55. In Minot, they pay their referees registration. As long as they ref once, I would ask them to ref twice here, so nobody at least we kept that cost down.
So we
It's-
have, like, we reimbursed for registrations before? I know I've never, I might have actually turned in vegans once or twice, but when they, I don't do that before.
I think it's the same as coaching, right? Like if I coach and I fill out the USA Hockey registration $65, I can actually submit that to the club to reimburse me for that. So I think it's the same for us. Maybe they don't know that, but I think there's a reimbursement for them.
Maybe that's something we need to advertise too.
Sure.
It's just a very minor recruitment tool.
Yeah.
What's brings me to my next thing, which is like, can we take the next 2 weeks? Because I got until October 31st to get these numbers filled up. Take the next 2 weeks to really push online, on Facebook, social media, email, referee recruitment. This is something that you can put in parentheses. We are paying registration fees. Take it or leave it if they don't. And if that's something you guys support or not, I'm bringing it up.
That's been
Number 4 on our online push for next 2 weeks to get more area officials. As I'm seeing people, I'm talking to people. So far, I have not been told no, I'm not ready. So far, so good on that. But I have only talked to 5 or 6 people. And I really hope that the 2 of these set goals with. And I don't know. I have not talked to them. We'll be in a hurt bag if they don't. Here's the big one. This is probably a difficult one. Locker room assignments for officials. I'm going to talk about myself for a second. Every single gym I go to, we get there. One of my favorite places. I can tell you the AD's names. Like when I get to Alexander and Carol Jacobson takes us into the referee room. She's going to bring us some water. She's going to bring us Gatorade. She's going to ask if I want some popcorn. I got to be there 45 minutes early before the first game. We have a shower. We have a bathroom. We have lockers, all that kind of stuff. I know that they're really, really tight here. We have a tournament for junior gold. How are you going to get 6? We got 2 sheets of ice. We need officials. Something to keep in mind is maybe assigning one of the lockers to the officials. I'm like way outside of the box now. That might be, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like think outside of the box. How are we gonna?
I can't make it work. I make a lot of sense. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I know, so we have 2 ref rooms downstairs, right? And then there's an extra room.
There are 2 ref rooms?
There's 2.
One ref room, I thought 2 coaches. So there's our main coach and coach room 2.
So that coach room 2, I think is usually used for the bigger stage, and that's a bigger room, so I'm wondering if we can't kind of clean that up and use that as a ref room too.
That was my thought.
It's something I want to just have, for us to just have in our mind this year. How do we? Noted, and yes. But they gotta have room to change and get dressed. Talk. Because I wanna have waters in there. I wanna go upstairs and ask for some popcorn. We gotta take care of them. We have to. It's simple. That's 50 cents. You know what I mean? For a bag of popcorn. So it's just something to think about. They're gonna need some room. Maybe when Sydney's coming to town for Wofford City, we assign one of the lockers for them that day. Definitely not in the junior gold tournament or the Band B1 tournament.
Not 0 the 0. Out of here.
It doesn't also have to be down there. We go to the casino. We go to the casino to ref districts and regionals. They take a thing and they put it around, and we have a room like this.
Well,
We're just getting ready, and we have our bag, and they have like a fruit tray in there, and that's what they're doing for the official. That's how you get treated when you.
I know it's not the most professional look. Aaron, he'll remember what I'm talking about, maybe you too, Lisa. In Bismarck, when they didn't have enough room for a locker room, they went over in the one corner of the rink and sectioned that off for us.
Yep.
And just maybe in these tournaments where it's full up, we could set something up maybe a little better than the shower curtains they had set up in Bismarck, but we could at least put them their own section over.
Picture where we'd walk in and go to a concert at the casino, like in one of those corners like that. I'm just saying, throughout the year, let's just think about in the future, we're gonna have all these big tournaments and these teams coming in, we're gonna have to get refs to come in from other areas. How will we take care of them and get them to come back?
I think the first boss we should take over those 2 spare rooms to start, and then if you want to get like $70 for just like $100 a day or something, you could put in there. Because I know there's one of the coaches, the main coaches, one, but
What if they got ready with the figure skaters here?
figure skaters don't even get ready in there. I don't know, that room is just.
I'm just-
storage.
Yeah.
Anyways, just something I wanted to say. I want to take up more time today. Upcoming clinics for our officials. I don't really think you guys even know this, but I have called Thor and I've called some of the other head officials. What are the points of emphasis this year? This is really big in basketball. There will be a different point of emphasis. There will be multiple points of emphasis, and then throughout the season. I will tell you guys right now what are the major points of emphasis. First thing Thor Nelson said to me, he's the NHL referee. He ref in the NHL. He's the guy I didn't mind. He said, he had to retire for the concussions. He said swearing this year. Coaches swearing, kids swearing on the ice, referees swearing back at the kids and the coaches. So we are going to cut down on the swearing all around. That's a big point of emphasis, among others. And these are the things that we need to talk about as referees once every 3 weeks. I don't want to have a text thread or like a message that goes out. We are going to get out in front of it. We're going to be proactive, and we're going to be a good association that talks to each other about what we're working on. What happened? Hey, I was reffing the Sport B1 game last night, and Jamie really got after me because this play happened, and this is how I saw it, and we're going to go, okay, what was then Dave, and this will be Dave and Wyatt, but they'll say, what could you have done better on that so that you had better eyes on that? Hunter, where would you have gone? What would you have done? These are things that we do on a regular basis, maybe once every 3 weeks, so we can keep on our points of emphasis. And so then we can, one of those points of emphasis can be like preconceived notions going into games. I'm repping certain kids I know when I go to Alexander, and I know when I go to Stanley, who I'm going to keep my eyes on and things like that. And we can just go in there and just say, hey, we're going to just have a nice clean game. We're not going to over-ref. We're not going to call things we don't see. Purchase small amount of backup referee gear. I'm getting further down the line, but we're in a pinch. I need people to get up here on a Saturday afternoon. We have no referee gear anywhere. I don't travel to a basketball game. I've got a bag about bigger than that, actually. I was making fun of your bag. I travel to my basketball games with 2 pairs of shoes, 3 pairs of pants, 3 ties, about 4 whistles. And I've gone through some of them. I've ripped pants right down the thing. I've had everything happen. I've seen everything. I've had guys come without a whistle. We have nothing here. We have no room with nothing. We're just flying by the seat of our pants sometimes, and it might behoove us to spend $200-300 to go on eBay. It doesn't have to be brand new. I have an old, probably a 1980s shirt in my thing that I just bought on eBay. We might want to spend a few dollars to have some gear down in that room.
So with the shirts, and I don't know for basketball, but I just thinking about this today because I got Enos Crest and stuff in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shirts, they have to have their crest on their shirt when they're reffing. So how do you suppose that would work if they put their stuff in their I mean, that happens. I mean, I have no problem doing like used shirts and stuff like that.
Right.
And I don't know if anyone has ever seen.
I think it's kind of like the patches in state baseball. I mean, it's recommended, but I don't think they can kick you off.
Is it individual
No, I think.
per person patches, or is it just the
It's like, it's individual, it's like prove that you got you are registered with the county.
It was just something to think about. I'm just throwing it
Yeah.
out there. Any questions for me? What do on this points? Anybody in here have anything for me?
Something just to add, this year we're gonna have panoramic review on the cameras, so after the live event, because we had a few issues the last couple of years where some things happened off camera and they wanted to go back and review it, so this year.
When the game was over or in?
Yeah, after the game was over, okay. So there will be, panoramic review or, replay for a month after the game happens, so if, when you're talking to your younger refs or whatever about stuff, you can go and show them, if it's something that happened off camera. So I just wanted to point that out.
Excellent. Is that something that other programs have, or would we be one of the first with that?
It depends on what they're using. Like Pixelot and LiveBarn are a little bit different in how they work, but I know that a lot of organizations have started to use some of that replay feedback. So, even mine, doesn't recall things quite the way they happen a lot of times, so you can point it out and say, hey, okay, here's where you're at, where should you have been on that call, or something like that, so.
So one of the things that I didn't put down on there, because I thought some of them was already too many points, Minot uses a mentor program. So Minot uses games, let's just say we have this, let's just say we have a B1 game. He specifically wrote down like Pee Wee AA, Pee Wee A, Bantam A, B1. We have a game going on and we have two younger officials, or even kind of a younger-ish official and you know, somebody in high school. They use the mentor program a lot, and it has worked really, really well with them. And I'm sure you guys have been to a game. I know that you have. You're not here to talk about it in Williston, and that's one of the examples he brought up. But they will bring a third official. That third official is paid, but he's out there floating around, only blowing a whistle when he needs.
Oh, I've seen that done before.
Yeah, and he was really big on pushing that. I mean, he brought it up 4 times. So something to think about. I would like to have the discretion when we have a Pee Wee A game, a really big game with some fast skaters, and I might need Cash and Hunter to ref, and I want to throw Brew up there with them. Somebody who's available. Maybe even we just have a 3. You know, he pushed me having 3-man on some of those higher level games. I'm not always doing 2-man, because I know we're 4-man for junior gold, 2 for everything else, and he stressed to me trying to do as much 3-man as you can on some of those B1 Bantam games. But the other ones, some of those lower level high A games, possibly even a mentor program. So something I want you guys to think about that they did. And then also getting out there, if anybody wants to referee, any of you ex-skaters, we'd love to have you. But I mean, push it with kids that you guys are coaching, because we're gonna need some people, you know, like Mason Wall, and I'm hoping I can get him to ref, you know, Jen Calvin, possibly Kyle Carson. These are people I have not talked to, but I'm just put it out there. These are the kind of kids that we're gonna need to work around.
What, from a backup gear perspective, Aaron, do you want like a discretionary maximum not to exceed fund, so you can get what you think you need? Because we can motion for something like that, and if it's like $200, then you can get what you feel is necessary.
Yeah, I think you made a really good point. I'm sorry, I don't know you, I mean, but you made a really good point that I probably should call and make some phone calls and find out, like, could somebody skate out there during, and I'm talking like, you know, a size medium shirt, you know, for a night game, and an extra large shirt for a backup ref and a Bantam B, whatever. But if we don't need it, then let's not do it, but I'm just throwing some ideas out.
I mean, I think
What?
you got a tough job, you got my score, anything you need.
Well, I just think you have it in any proposal that you propose to us, and then through email, we can just go forth and approve it, since we've already kind of had that discussion on it. So,
Yeah, okay, so email over something for backup gear. You warranted,
Do you want me,
same thing.
may I just use my credit card to purchase and then get reimbursed? Or do you want to purchase it for me? What do you want? What's easiest for you?
I think it's easiest for conduit.
Okay.
I can speak to having to purchase things and then get reimbursed. It doesn't matter, I'll do it either way, but like,
It doesn't matter to
it's
me.
easier communication.
Let's do it.
And
Let's
then
do it
I
that
can
way.
just, unless it's gonna be a big inconvenience for you.
Not at all.
Okay.
No. So, as soon as you get that done, send it over to me. I'm gonna start learning the software and start importing all these stinking tournaments that he keeps sending me.
You're good there. Send us over the pay change, I think is an action item for you.
I'm sorry, say it again?
The pay scale.
Okay,
Send us over that with the comparables.
Yep.
And we can motion to approve or deny that via email easily. Backup gear, if you have a to not exceed 250 or 300 or 200, whatever that is, if you feel necessary, send that over to us and approve that quickly through email. Mentor program, I think that would be as you see fit or warranted or even available. Maybe I want to do that one.
it would affect what the season's gonna cost us. I mean, let's just say that there's not gonna be 40 games where you use a mentor program. We're talking 5 games, 10 games. I mean, it depends on how many young people we get out and how many dates would actually work for it, right? I mean,
Well, you have to think about the reasons that we're losing refs too. I mean, this mentor program could help essentially keep refs.
I think
If
it's
you're having
awesome.
a better,
When they did it, he was at the game.
I thought it was
coaching. It threw me for a loop at first because he's wearing a black jacket. But he came over, introduced himself, told us why he was out there, and explained what he was there to do, and it actually worked out really well.
and I'm just thinking even having 3 refs on the ice, like if that is a more convenient
mention that,
What we forget in the stands is that just like when people get up and speak in front of people, you get a little bit nervous. When you get out there and you have a whistle in your mouth, that first, even me, I've been repping for a long time, the first couple games, it just takes a little bit of, and when you put somebody older out there on the ice, some of those young kids, they go, you get the really light whistle, or they don't raise their hand, or they miss something just because they're unsure, right? And you put a mentor out there for the first couple times that they go out there, and all of a sudden you're gonna increase their confidence.
I think it's great, like I said, one of the feedback I got from the tournament, specifically the Bantam age, was having a three-man system, to benefit. I'm not opposed to any of that. It is more costly, but if it makes things go smoothly better.
If we are gonna continue to do the Winter Classic, we have to grow our referee base here. We have to make it a strength.
Yeah, I'd say you got a couple action items in the mental program. Just once you get a schedule, you can see where you may want them. And it just shoots in. It's right. There's spots I feel we can do this. And I really person not too good. I think we have no issue allowing them. Going to the club and the game.
Anything else? Any questions for me?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Anything else?
That was way longer than I said it was gonna be, sorry.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Need more longer too, so.
So, moving on to safe sport.
I don't think there really is anything. I know Jennifer called me today on something, this other like games and stuff, but I did ask if Corey was able to get her stuff done, and she believes that she's already able to cover this stuff. So.
Yeah, Corey called me too because she saw that on the agenda, and I said, no, unless your name's on there, you wouldn't have to be here. So just as long as she's getting her stuff done, but she said she does have it done.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think unless she has an issue she wants to bring to us, it's just on there for this.
Yeah.
So, equipment. I do have something on that. I know, talking with Katie, she said there's no 11-inch shin pads, and then going through the goalie gear. When you walk in, it seems like there's a lot of gear, but when you really go to looking at it and looking at it in detail, there's a lot of things missing within the goalie gear on the pads and stuff. So I know, for instance, my daughter Keith is planning on her playing goalie this year, and I was unable to get a full set of goalie gear from
So I had another question as well, because I don't think we got a quote for the additional jerseys for the non-high school levels that she was talking about, right?
No, it's just.
She just gave us like, we want this, but never really gave us like how much, what's it gonna cost, and so to that effect, which bringing the year point, if his equipment's missing or needed, we need how many that she wants and how much it's gonna cost. Otherwise, we're not gonna gain traction on it.
And Lisa, with that, like, I'm just using Elena for an example. Is that something that I need to purchase myself and reverse just to get it, or is that something I just get with you and?
So, I think what it should do is go to the board, right, the proposal, and then the board, we approve it, and then whatever we approve, I can purchase it right there. I can always reimburse you, yes, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but if it's faster for me to do it, then, like, I have no problem with it.
So,
And that's what I'm trying to bring up though, right? If Katie's seeing that we're missing 11-inch shin guards, right now, okay, well then how many do you think you need? 10? Okay, well, 10, call that reason how much it's gonna cost for 10 of those. And then send it to us so we can get them purchased. We can't just be, John, we don't have this, and then not know what it's, mean to us. Right, so,
Throw
same,
some goalie equipment on there.
yeah, goalie equipment, really anything that she sees that we're missing, I would get some sort of a quote. That would be great if we can get on purchasing and see what you're seeing.
And all of these people should be able to invoice the club, you know.
Right, that we do have Douglas, right, so.
Yeah, so if we're going through that, they should be able to invoice us, and then that goes through the
Same
same
thing
account.
with Bob's deal. Yeah. But we need to know how much it's gonna cost, right? And so I think the minimum is sent to us or either way.
Also with Robbie Blasky and her dad apparently reached out to me about the neck guards, and I think can we talk to Katie and see if she can't be there Monday or something like that to help hand out neck guards for kids who need it. I don't know, I got a lot of
think just
things
one,
going in,
yeah.
like.
The last I looked, it was just.
Okay, yeah, I can put it on, well, I think maybe I was waiting to see too. I'll get it on there.
Yeah, it just says.
I know that Lori has it on there. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll get it on.
So moving on to committees, hockey director, committee. Trials, evals, schedule.
I sent out, and I guess I only sent it to you.
I didn't look at it, I had 47,000 calls today.
Pretty much just, kids will go back to back, so the sports will go Monday and Tuesday with,
So how did you come up with this first?
Tyler. He just thought it would be easiest to have the two, like, the age groups back to back, so he can.
I have a.
And then for evaluation, so 10U girls, what are they being evaluated for?
I figured just have evaluations for everybody. Just so the way it is, I mean, the tryout experience is kind of a thing that's good to get kids used to.
Yeah, I think the initial, some teams are obviously being tried out for, and some are being evaluated, and then being probably the coaches, so they can see
Yeah.
what another perspective is.
So
As long as parents
one
know
thing I think that we're gonna have an issue with are the jerseys, the tryout jerseys.
What, get them and get them back each session.
Instead of them keeping it in for their, yeah, so,
Can we just have people on the bench kind of know as the kids come out?
well, you're gonna wanna keep your same number this days you're trying out. So like Deegan, if he's 11 for Monday, he's gonna wanna be 11 for Tuesday, that's how they're.
Yeah, but you'll have to have a set, each kid has their number for the tryout, so. the
But we only
evaluation-
have so many jerseys is what I'm saying, so like,
I think what she's saying is, what we're gonna have to do is somebody, when they check the kid in, they come in, they get the jersey,
Yeah.
they do their evaluation trial, and when they get out, they have to get it back. The problem is you have a quick turnaround, 15 minutes to get the next group.
So is this something I
jerseys.
can order more of?
I think that you're gonna get it in time.
I can order it and see. It
What
just
have we
has to
done
be
for
something.
years?
Well, other years we only do trials for sports activities because of and two teams, more than one.
Is there something that we could just do like temporary stickers on the back of their helmets?
That might be hard for me, while we're still evaluating.
Well, what's our biggest group? The sports?
Sports.
30 jerseys.
But I'm just saying, we only have so many jerseys and your turnaround time's 15 minutes, so how are you gonna get those to the next?
Off the ice, take the jerseys, give them to the kids, going on the ice in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You would need jerseys for 10U sports, PE junior goal on the same night. I did not think that's good.
They have 3 jerseys.
Can they just
They
wear,
have numbers on them, don't they?
can they just wear our regular jerseys?
Yeah, that's what I mean, game jerseys. Why can't they just wear? I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, they have
No.
reversibles.
No, let's just use game jerseys. Yeah, half the kids in white, half the kids in red, as long as everybody has their own assigned number.
Black, yeah. I don't see that being an issue.
Yeah,
You're
so
right,
I
you're right.
didn't realize there was tryout jerseys.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to just do go to Katie and get the game.
Yeah, get all the numbers, and then I'll sign each kid a number. And then I think the idea is the evaluator just have the kid's number.
Yes.
You're gonna have to make sure that there's no double numbers or anything like that out on the ice.
Should hopefully work with games from Highland.
What is this?
What are the yeah.
What is posting on Facebook?
Well, if we have a schedule, now we need to get it to me, I think we need to get it lit up on Facebook so that those who are not registered yet can see that, hey, tryouts are X days. We need an email sent out and post on the website to get it reaching the most people possible. I guess that was what I meant by that statement, so that, because I know Keith had some thing that got up from over like 30-some kids, 38 kids from last year that haven't registered yet.
Yeah.
Which
29 now.
So
We did have them. Yeah.
So, 8U is trying out, or not trying out, they're just being evaluated.
well, there's the 8U at 8U Black. I think we keep LTS, LTP kids, so anything under,
So they're trying out for the travel team.
I think that's what the vision was.
I just keep it for everyone, so every age group doesn't feel like they're getting left out, and you can do an evaluation, and you just have all of the kids play a game.
And we do have 8U Black.
I mean, they did the evaluations.
Yeah, I just want it like clearly communicated with the parents, like why am I bringing my kid here? What are we getting out of it? Like, what is the purpose of this type of thing? So it's not like, oh, I took them to tryouts, I thought they were making squirts and they're 8U, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's to stay at their level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's age level.
It's evaluation, it's to evaluate where all players are at for the coaches.
And sports teams been usually 10, 14.
I'm just thinking we're gonna have to over communicate that.
That's why I was saying we can get this out sooner or later so that way the communication is 100%. I agree. Yes. But email is only going to work to the kids that are registered. Facebook reaches more people,
Okay.
and then the website itself, if we have like a trial schedule post on one page, that can be done. The most we can reach everybody. Hopefully we get these stragglers signed up. So, yeah, just gonna get Kate, make sure you guys get all the feedback on that.
Okay, let's, when the signage get a number, and making sure that.
All right, coaches.
We do have a list compiled of coaches that are going to volunteer in each age group. But as far as like specific teams, we haven't decided yet. The hockey committee wanted to know whose decision it was to decide who coaches which team.
I mean, I think we kind of had like a hard time finding coaches. I think if we have a coach for each team, I don't think there's a person that needs to be coaching 2 teams, you know?
Yep.
So,
There is some teams that multiple people want to coach. And from the sounds of it, aren't willing to coach for someone else.
So, okay, so how this hockey committee is supposed to work, is there, you guys are supposed to vet out the process, whether that is voting, you know, I don't know. But then the recommendation comes to the board, you know. So if the hockey committee wants us to hash this out and us figure out the coaches, I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? If it, we understand that the hockey committee has 15 some people on it, and we've already discussed that it's not always the most organized. So if you feel as the chair that this is a conflict and it's not working out, then I just feel like we need to figure this out as a board. We've done it before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past, right, with the coaching committee specifically, off the top of my head, coaches were brought to the board to get moved. And there was even the interview process with that committee. I was a part of it at one point. And then the hockey committee, which includes all the posts, the board, for approval, to stamp it. I think the easiest thing would have been hopefully that you guys hash that out already and brought us your list, like here's who you're doing what, and we're just saying, okay.
Yeah, from what I took from last night, Brody, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they have a compiled list of coaches for all the different age groups, and I think they were just wanting clarity if they were given the grace to hash that out and present that, or if that was something that the board wanted to do themselves. But I felt like that they wanted to be able to do that, or they're willing to do that, but they just wanted to hear from the board one way or another if they needed to do that or not.
And there's really only issue in 1 or 2 age groups where it's not, where we just slow
Okay, then that decision is made by the board.
Okay.
You know, if you guys can't come to a conclusion or decision on those two levels, present us everything else and then we'll make that.
Including the conflict
Okay.
with the list of
That's fair.
options.
And then we'll do it.
Yeah.
We don't got kind of time.
We already have the list, I mean.
I mean,
we have a
already has
meeting
the
on
list.
If we need to throw it down right now, we can.
Well, do you have another meeting this week?
Thursday.
Thursday. Maybe like Monday or Tuesday next week.
Until it's done, I mean, we don't really have a lot of options,
Give
we're
them
kind of
one,
making
give
up.
them one more chance to try to hash it out. I'm just saying. And then Monday, meet right after whatever they do, so we can pick, you know,
It's hard to say that when I don't know what the situation is.
that's why maybe just.
Can you send us a list?
Yeah, email the list.
Email us the
We
list.
can have that meeting and prove this over time too.
If there's any conflicts, we'll do it over a meeting, otherwise.
Regardless, you still have to send it to us.
We can try to do our best to resolve it on Thursday.
And then just after that, Friday, send us an email with this, whatever that amounts to, and then we can move forward, you know, so we're not prolonging this situation. Cause then we, then you get that at the practice schedule. Right?
So practice schedule. That's kind of neat.
It's in there too, and with the hockey committee, I do have a few,
So we can just say that we'll have potentially the coaches in the practice schedule resolved by the end of the week. Potentially.
yeah.
Okay. So moving on to Tyler.
What do we wanna do with this?
I know this is a hot topic, and I mean, like I said in the last meeting, I got to meet with Tyler. I think he's an awesome guy. And then, you know, looking at everything where we're at today with, you know, really what we want out of a hockey director, you know, moving forward. Is it beneficial? Because like, once we got his questions back, you know, I know he said he wanted to sit, like, he just kind of wanted to evaluate, kind of, you know, get to know people and stuff. I think that would be an awesome thing if we knew he was coming in full-time and, you know, becoming the face of our club. But when you really look at it, especially with putting applicants out and already receiving, I hope everyone's looked at some of the applicants. I think me and Brody talked, the first guy that came in was pretty impressive, to say the least. Just my take is it would be beneficial instead of spending the $30,000 on essentially, you know, a practice coach for the next few months, we could really expedite the vetting process of the applicants that we've already got and
I
move.
think that would include Tyler too.
Yeah, 100% include Tyler, 100% include Tyler. But that way, we're not tied to anything, we save the 30 grand, and we could potentially even expedite, you know, because it goes back to, like, sometimes when you're fishing, you catch the biggest fish on your first cast, and I'm not saying that first guy that came through is our guy, but he's had a super impressive resume, and I know that his did say that he was finishing playing in November. So if we could go through the vetting process along with him, Tyler, and the great applicants that we've already received in a short amount of time, that we could potentially get them sooner than this April deadline that we had originally talked about, and then have them here, start getting their feet wet, you know, meeting the people of the community, meeting the kids, doing these types of things, and then giving them time to prep for a spring season. That's just my take on it.
So bringing someone in like, I don't know, get someone here in like December or whatever, are we paying them when he is here? Like, what is he gonna do when he's here that Tyler can't be doing now, I guess? Like, what is he going to do if all this stuff that he would have been doing is already done? Because that's one of the bigger things that you guys brought up is the scheduling's on
all this other stuff, so he's potentially being a practice.
Well, but my thought is like if it was a full-time guy, even if it was Tyler, they could start then, obviously get to know people, kind of, evaluate the club from an outside. I mean, in my opinion, we start paying them then, and them preparing for it and start implementing their systems and their structure into the club at that point. Versus, because like with Tyler, like in this like really odd situation that he's in, even though I'm sure, like I know for a fact he has systems and things he would start to implement, so being in this intern kind of role, it's going to kind of handicap him from presenting and pushing these systems into the kids in the club when we don't know that that's a guarantee.
I just don't know. I don't know.
So I went through the list of the hockey director job description and I highlighted everything in pink that Tyler could still essentially do for us this year. And so if Tyler's not gonna be here doing this for us, like I wanna know who's gonna take on this responsibility. Because as a board member, I'm in over my head already. Like I don't wanna have to take on any more of this stuff. So if we can hire Tyler and we get any of this accomplished for us, like to me, that's money well spent. So I guess you can look at someone that you made and kind of how many things are pink.
Everything?
Everything. So, and if it is our hockey committee that is already having some issues formulating proposals for us.
So the reporting would go right day-to-day, is that the one thing, or is it everything?
It's everything in pink and blue then. So I just highlighted the top topic.
So I think if you don't have a director, it's just like that most have computers, and the coaches would be going out of the hockey committee, or we have to make ourselves out of coordinators. That those coaches come to, for any concerns, questions, things of that nature. Create a vision, I think that piggybacks what you're saying. Tyler can create a vision, it's great, but if he's not a full-time guy or somebody else, they only have a totally different goal. So for him to implement any sort of vision as an interim role would be very difficult, in my opinion, if he doesn't end up being a full-time director. Because then you just.
It's a club vision, and the director's helping us with it, and your next
But do you know what
director,
your vision is?
will know if but that's what he's doing, he's making club vision.
That's my point, though, right? If he makes a vision and in return hire somebody else, next year they might have a totally different vision.
Well, I mean, it would be a mission statement too.
Which we don't have,
We do have a mission statement.
but we don't. You say we don't have like a 1, 3, and 5 year picture of
Yeah.
what the outlook of this club is gonna be like, and having that director and how we're gonna grow and all of those things. It changes year to year every time this board changes. Am I wrong in that statement? So to hire an interim guy and throw a creative vision on there, I think it's kind of a moot point unless he's a full-time guy. Coaches, we're already in that predicament right now, right? We need that right now. The meetings, again, maybe that's something that just doesn't happen. We didn't have to do that in the past, so something that's necessarily needed. Recruiting would be a challenging one. That would be something that you do for sure. Same, finding out retention problems. Evaluations are already being done by him, for at least the trial level. Can't pick team levels, those are done, right? I mean, all these.
I put Tom over there, I thought it was already done. I didn't have it highlighted. I just look at that list and I think we have a lot still to accomplish, and if someone can come in here and help us out, like that.
I'm kinda confused too, because like last week, you were all for it, we talked director in here right away.
Okay,
Thanks for asking.
so here's another thing is this is already budgeted into our budget. You know, it's not a financial issue. It was already planned for to be having, a director. If you're looking here, looking at our finances, we are sitting $40,000 more in our general checking than what we were last time at this year. So it's not gonna be a money issue is what I'm saying. I agree with your $29,000 proposal. I wouldn't be comfortable in spending anything more than what we would already have been spending. But I guess where I disagree with you guys is I have a lot of things that I could have him help with. And if
I don't think there's something you can't help with. I think there's
think it's gonna hurt though, like, okay, so if you look at it, like, would Tyler benefit our children right now?
Yes, I'm hearing your questions, I guess, is what I'm saying.
No,
And I'm not saying that.
this is the deciding factor. Will Tyler benefit our children right now for the next 5 months?
I'd say yes.
I'd say
Goalies alone, if he goes out and does a 2-hour or an hour practice with them twice a week, just the goalies, that right there is worth $30,000.
this isn't permanent. He
I know.
knows what he's getting into. He knows that it's interim. He's okay with it. You know, like, there really isn't like
I
a
thought his
huge
questions that
downfall.
you answered were, I thought his questions that you answered were really well thought out, so you're not getting wrong on that.
I think every time we hire someone, we learn something from it and it makes the next hire even better.
Exactly.
But my thought is too, I mean, I see the benefit of it, but I can also go back to like Dave's point. We've had a successful hockey program for over, for 40 some odd years. And this is now the 3rd year, I guess, that we'll have a director. The first year, I don't think he was really here, like working with the kids, maybe working from afar. I mean, I know that we all have a fiduciary duty to like, I mean, we all have that responsibility and if y'all feel that spending the 30 grand is the right thing to do, I mean, it's really, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it if you would, like, I think the one thing that would change my mind on this is like even coaching a team. Because if you're not going to like even coach a team, I mean, essentially we're paying $30,000 for him to help our goalies.
I think it's,
That was actually a really big downfall last year. I got a lot of complaints on that though from our last hockey directors.
but I think the answer to his question, he was saying that if he wants to focus on all the other aspects of it first, I'm sure he would love to coach a team if it was feasible.
And I think that's something what we need, like even the members, because if you really go through, I think we'd be really hard pressed to find a director that doesn't coach a team. So for us to set the president as like hockey director can't coach a team.
I think that the coaching the team part is beside the fact. of
You can
where
coach
we're
a
going.
team who's already told who's coached teams.
I'm aware of that, but I was just saying, because he said that he didn't want to, coach a team. And then if, I don't know, there's a lot of things that I've looked into it, and then too with, just experience itself. I mean, being only 25 years old, he really lacks experience to me. I know we've brought up a lot of things about the school board and how school boards operate. I mean, Lisa, would you agree that a hockey director would be more or less like the superintendent of our hockey club?
I think I would be an executive director.
They'd be an executive director. So,
I'm confused because last week you were all for it.
oh, and I
And then at
am.
the start of the meeting last week, you were like all about giving the guy a chance because he's young and someone gave you a chance.
No, and I still am, but I'm just saying, like, going back to, like, when I read, like, what I got myself into this, like, it is all of our fiduciary responsibilities for the best interest of this club, and essentially what we're saying is, I mean, we're gonna spend $30,000 for some goalie training,
Or a hockey
and,
director, that's what we're spending on.
Do we have the money to spend?
Yes, we have money to spend, it's been budgeted in our.
So this is for the kids to get better at hockey.
I mean,
Spend
it's not
money.
just for the kids, but it's also for the board, like, this guy is gonna be taking on a lot of tasks that we need help with.
I don't see why we're questioning it.
I mean, it might just come down to a vote.
It seems like a no-brainer to me. I don't know. He's young. He gets on with kids.
I guess like I had people come talk to me, that, now. And then it's like, well, if we're gonna do this vetting, then why don't we bring someone in interim until we get someone? And now it's like going back to, well, we don't need anyone, so
Yeah, that's right.
I just like, I don't know, like, you wanna make everyone happy, but then you're not gonna make everyone happy, that's just the way life works. Yeah, so it's like, what we think is gonna work best for the kids in our program.
Well, cause this is kind of, I know I said this to Brody, I mean, there's a lot of legwork that's going into vetting and finding the right hockey director. And if we're gonna spend $30,000 as an investment into Tyler, we might as well just completely scrap the whole vetting system.
So
of this and
let's
just-
think of it this way. We bring Tyler in to look after the hockey stuff so we can focus on vetting other applicants. So we have more time to focus on finding.
Another thing that he's gonna be dealing with is disciplinary stuff, you know, the complaints. He already said that he'd have office hours for the parents to come in there. Like, that in itself was one of
That's a
Tom's
full-time
biggest
job.
complaints, you know? It's not something that I wanna take on.
He did actually deal with a lot though.
I know, Tom,
Yeah.
that was one of his biggest complaints, is the amount of time that he spent doing that, so it's, do I think we can find things for Tyler to do that will be beneficial to the kids? Absolutely. Like, I don't think it would be a waste of money at all. I don't feel comfortable with it being a permanent one-year position either, you know, so I think we propose this to him, maybe he'll say no, maybe he won't even want it. But it's 5 months, it's not the end of the world, he knows what he's getting into, and if he can benefit our kids or benefit us at all, I think it's worth the money.
Has anybody looked at the 4 applicants we've had?
I looked at the two that we have, and then I haven't looked at the one that you emailed yesterday.
I didn't.
I didn't
was
look at
gonna
the
do that
question.
today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was the record.
Thought the same thing.
The reason why I asked is that's just right one part of the process is just sending that email that I haven't sent back yet. On the other look at it, on the other side, are we gonna take that into that guy? 2 are overseas, probably likely out. That makes that easy. To get somehow 10 more applicants in the next week, are we gonna, who and when and how are we gonna start going through these, vetting them, setting up interviews, setting up follow-up interviews, and then taking it upon ourselves to hire somebody? I think a decent point to be made here is that maybe, well, she's the first guy that applied. It's like, just from a resume standpoint, I haven't talked to the guy I reached out, it's really, really good.
Super impressive.
Very impressive. What if, he's like, yeah, I can come be there after Christmas, he gets an eye on the ball, and I'm paying him, he has major changes because he's gotta see what our level's like. And he's like, he can still take on all the roles that, the disciplinary stuff, and get to meet the coaches, get to meet the parents.
You're gonna do exactly what you guys did to Tom, you're gonna throw him in there last minute.
That's what we're doing to Tyler right now.
But he's been a part of this, like, he's been a part of the hockey, he knows what he's getting himself into, he's been a part of this hockey committee. If anybody knows our club and has a chance at like doing well, I felt like it was gonna be Tyler. He's very in tune with what our needs are, if you read his questions.
I thought this was very well written.
I
I'm just
know
saying,
which-
any person we bring in at this point in time is gonna run into the same issue with last minute stuff, regardless if it's Tyler or anybody else. Tyler might. Whether he thinks he knows what he's getting into or not, does not make for real reality, my personal opinion. I also am the point of bringing somebody in to start this room without hiring somebody. That's just my view, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying that, yeah, okay, great, the money's there, but you could also save the 30 grand and just have that extra money in the budget for the following year. You could spend it on other things, you could not spend it, you could save it. Those are options too.
I just
Having the
hate,
money and spending the money are 2 different things.
I just feel like it's been made clear, even with, the donation money that was donated for the hockey director position. I think people in our members, everybody wants to see that spot and they wanna see it filled now. So I just think
That
we honor that.
email I received today is going to be different for this particular position.
And that's fine. I understand. Yeah.
I don't know, we're probably gonna be beating a dead horse
Yeah,
if we say,
yeah.
well, I think we're gonna do a roll call vote, or what do you want to do?
good with it.
So I'll make the motion that we take on Tyler interim,
Second.
and then now you do roll.
All in favor?
And then you roll.
Sam?
Hold on a second, I forgot my laptop at home. I'm gonna vote yes.
Brody?
Yes.
Lisa?
Yes.
Junker?
I'm actually gonna abstain.
Motion carries.
Did everybody, since that passed, did everybody get a chance to look at that contract?
Obviously, I emailed you guys.
You did?
Yeah, on that one, yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
you? It was
That was
nothing.
so weird, wasn't
It was
it?
a Verizon text, and I didn't even look it up.
I know.
If we talk about contract and like numbers and stuff, should we be in executive?
It's public, when he gets
We
paid,
want, yeah.
perfectly reasonable for everybody to know exactly what we're paying.
I think, if Tyler comes back and has issues with it, you know, we can address it then if he feels like that needs to be confidential of what he's asking and stuff like that, but as far as what we're proposing, I mean, that can be public. But,
The verbiage, dates. I think if we send him out with the full job description, that he also, that he has, I guess let us know
what his answer is, I think he should address the whole board,
Yeah.
like, no individual can write us off.
Okay, are you gonna take that on to send him those?
We'll
and then
send him
just-
that.
You gonna do that? Okay.
So, we're going on to budget and finance, right?
Budget and finance.
Okay, so budget and finance is gonna meet and we're gonna prepare 2025 budget for you guys.
1 second, sorry. The one question that we asked about relocating, so you wanted help with finding, apartment?
Yeah.
Is that something that you're gonna do? Do we all need to compile get a list that we can send them?
Yeah,
Like Strato,
talk
it's
about
already furnished.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if there's an open.
That says something that you might know, but it's a.
Well, it should be lots of apartments, I just,
Yeah.
some are not full or some are.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the hard part is finding the 6-1 police.
I think those Stratos are one to one. I think, don't quote me.
That, yeah.
Are you talking about the ones that are?
Right across from, Sands.
Oh, okay.
By the,
Yep.
or closure to it. It's like a one.
They are, yeah, it's a one bed, it's like a studio of like 1,000 folks.
That's TV, utilities, full furnished.
So, budget and finances?
Okay, so we're just gonna meet and get you guys prepared for a 2025 budget. Goes, by years. I'd like to see it getting rid of that a little bit differently. Obviously by years, but it's hard when you have the season in 2 different years. So she had already prepared a 2024 budget that was presented to you guys, so that's all I got really planned for that. There is some grants that we'll probably talk about, and then we'll just kind of show them how our finances are being laid out in case there's any sort of direction they could give of how it would be easier. But we already kind of agreed with those changes that she made into continuing to do.
Tournaments, Junker.
All right, so after today, I made some changes. I brought the mock schedule. I've already sent off the real schedule. I just, instead of waiting at the junior gold 19 level, I had a 7 waitlisted 19U teams. I just don't see us getting any traction, get more than we have at the junior gold level. It's a challenging level. With hockey SAS being the blackout weekend, it would kind of put that in a bind because it was full and had a wait list. I've already told you guys. So I did a mock schedule to see if it would work, definitely does. So I just I reached out to the 4 teams, they've all already registered, after I opened it up, so we're locked into 12 at 19U now. Keeping junior gold at 5, I will do a full 4-game guarantee round robin at the pool play side. It does affect the Sunday game, one team will just not play Sunday. They'll still get their full games, but the bottom seeded team will not play Sunday. The 12U situation looks like or 12 team situation looks like every other one. So that brings our total teams now actually up to 97 slots, with 96 of them being filled. I'm missing only one 12U spot. There's a couple teams I'm waiting to see if they're going to decide on to come. Still, there's still a lot of towns coming in last minute. Brandon, Weyburn, Radbold have been kind of hot lately. So we'll see if one of them is a 13U. 13 team, and then I'll start looking once I see some schedules, because it's the last tournament, I've got quite a bit more time to fill it. Start looking at schedules of the local teams as well, once those are kind of posted, to see if anybody has availability that they can pick up an extra tournament. That's kind of how I filled a handful last year. At the Jamboree level, I had 11. Prairie Storm just signed up today, so I'm at 12 out of 30. Again, that's usually the that fills up, because everybody's more concerned about the tournaments and scheduling and everything for the older age groups, so I don't anticipate that being an issue being fulfilled. I've had, I don't know, 4 or 5 ask me questions about it just maybe today, top of one that signed up, so that's getting good traction, and we're getting traction from out of town, not just 8 Bismarck teams, right? So that's where that sits. The updated registration number is at $65,650. I have been, Lisa sent around an email chain with Denise and myself. I've been emailing her all of the confirmed with team names. There's still some confirmed without team names, so I'm going to help you guys. I should know by Thursday, because I think the U13Bs are getting drafted Wednesday. So I should have teams. And then a couple squares are basically the 2 biggest team names I don't have. So Denise is going through and writing out all the stuff to get invoiced, so she's working on that. Schedules are done and sent off to Aaron, to Pat for Zam, and Lisa. Possibly, I think it's up to you too. Everybody that pretty much pertinent from that standpoint to get stuff scheduled for start setting up like dips, things like that. Zam and reffing, getting those pumped out as quick as I can as soon as they're full. To that effect, and this number is probably not accurate, I wrote this morning, and I think I had a couple more added to the waitlist since, but from a waitlist standpoint, as of first thing this morning, there was 29 teams at the tournament level. 6 or 10 at the PB level altogether, 8 so far at the sport level, 3 at the band level. Actually brought that down to 2 at the 19U level after bumping those 4 up. And then 10U is sitting at 2. So again, there might be I missed 1 or 2 people calling me for the day. So that's, I think that's a good sign. Obviously, the perfect world would have virtue ice, not just for our club, because I think our practice schedule would be some pickings from ice availability, but from a tournament standpoint, to bring more money, that would be great. But that's not likely to happen anytime in the near future. So I think this is obviously a positive, right? People want to get in, people want to get on the wait list. I think we'll continue to fill these things out moving forward as long as we continue to. I think our benefit is what we do off ice and on ice comparatively to Bismarck. Right? Like Bismarck, you have a check-in cable and a shirt person. That's it. You got a back post part of it. They do some stuff that's for international, but it's still it's like the photo thing in the case. I mean, there's not. I think that's where we really hit home with these teams is how well we present all of these things that we've been doing, which is sometimes extra, but I think extra is good.
Lisa, when we approved that for the drip mascot, wasn't there some added stuff in there that we were like little stuffies and all
No,
that?
so you guys
kind of
approved the first page, but drip, the mascot was approved, what, in our second meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought during that it also, I thought with that it included like some things to say.
Oh, the plush toys,
Yeah.
the $2 plush toys, that wasn't necessarily approved, but I would like approval on that, if you guys
Well, I mean, I think with the tournaments and, I mean, we got drip in the house right over here right now, so.
You're not supposed to know that.
I think that, I think that's gonna be a,
I think that would be for our own club, our own kids. Like I showed you, that I buy them for $2 and sell them for 15 to 20. It's a dead obvious profit off of some of this stuff. It also would be really nice to have as a backup if we do go read to the kindergartners or do whatever it is. To be able to give him to little kids in the communities. There's so many advertisements.
just from the tournament aspect, just having like inflatable hockey sticks and stuff like that to sell would be.
Well, I have a lot ordered. I have everything. I have everything ordered. The only thing that I'm waiting on are the trophies, like a confirmation. This guy working with him has not been easy. The other thing that I needed is the best hair. If we can get that somewhere on our website, that they can submit a photo and then have Lori or Chris, put it on the jumbotron. I don't know. That was an idea. I thought would be fun, and I see how much work it's gonna be, but I think we can still pull it off. So
I can definitely add it to the email chain to say submit at X place on the website, but I need to know that information before I send that stuff out. And as soon as I get that last team on the Pee Wee level, I think I'm gonna go one team at Pee Wee level with their team name, but she said we should know when tomorrow evening, so I'm sure I won't hear till Thursday. My intention is, I already got the rough edits and their activities for each weekend that they're going on, is sending off the informational emails to these teams already. And we're basically almost a month out from the tournament, so I'll send them the schedule, the roster links, the roster pamphlets, all the information. So if that's something we are willing to do, you two need to let me know the staff on how do you want me to correlate that to them.
okay.
So I can get emails. And then we decided it was 80 from Pee-wee, right?
The tournaments.
Does anybody have any questions on anything?
Did we approve the $500?
No.
Do you want us to approve it? We can wait on it. It doesn't have to be decided.
I would like to wait on it.
Okay.
It would, yeah, I was gonna put, we'll be wait till the next meeting, 'cause that's right. That's before.
Yeah, let's just jot it down so that we remember it doesn't get lost. Do you guys want to approve those flush toys?
Are you going to set like a policy on how much behind what's your goal for the first year to trial runs, how is that?
Well, the quantity that I was thinking of is 1,000, because that gets you down to that $2. But, so, basically, it would be, you think about what's in the elementary schools right now as far as kids, it's gonna be 400 kids in both kindergarten. We could use this for parades. This could be us giving back to the community. I was thinking we could put it inside of our gaming machines, if we do those claw machines. There's so many opportunities, it's just it's a large number, it might not be sold right away, but
But to get our numbers up and to continue to advocate for hockey within the community, getting that out to the kids is
yeah,
super beneficial.
a $2.
And you already got the books, right?
I mean, yeah. I like the plush idea. We're already done the parade, and then we have those books still that we still plan on using. Do we think that was gonna be too much stuff out once we're in here? Do we wanna push some of this stuff out,
What if we get a good price at 1,000 of them?
Well, it is, she said it's $2 a 1,000.
We have for.
My question is, it's gonna be essentially $2,000 plus shipping.
It's $2,000.
Yeah, plus,
I don't think there should, I think that was included shipping.
oh, so $2,000.
Possibly, let me check.
It's really not a concern shipping to me. Yeah, it's a lot. My curiosity is more so how do they retail that? If they retail, or if this is just more of an emotional, they don't resell, but they're going to give it away.
Well, that's what I'm getting, because you're talking about giving them away.
Well, it'd be two different, yeah, I'm just giving you the options of what we would possibly use them for. I can't have any options to order them.
Right.
Have something here, because it's like the hockey sticks and all this type of stuff. It's fine, but like, if I don't have them, and then we miss out on opportunities that we could have sold it or got rid of it, and
I'm with you,
So it's
because
better to have it.
in my opinion, I mean,
that's
we're
what I'm
not,
saying, the
we're
work
not
that you
in,
bring to
we're
this
not
habit.
in like $50,000 here, I
Right.
mean, it's not like huge, but
Totally.
we can't make money if we don't spend money either.
You never know, some of these kids from Canada, all these other places, that bring an 8, 6, 7-year-old kid and they wanna buy them and bring it home. I mean, $2,000 to me, I'm not saying it's a drop in the chop change, but I think over time, that's the last thing we
We
spend.
don't sell this year, we'll put money in next year.
Right, that's my point. Yeah. Done. Are you motioning to,
I'm asking for a motion. I guess, do you want me to motion?
I'll motion, that's fine.
Second.
For the $2,000 for 1,000 plus toys.
30 seconds, all those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Concessions, you have anything on concessions?
I'm sorry. I don't
Oh,
have
sorry.
anything, no, I don't have anything for concessions. I'm just waiting for, Kathy to send me the Warren Walker stuff for concessions, but that's it.
I did forget like storage shelves. I sent that to you guys in the text. But we can approve that through email, we can put in, because I don't have it already.
I also have some.
What about fundraising and marketing?
So we did the parade, that was it, I felt like that was a huge hit, you know, host kids and
We
stuff.
had a lot of clicks on our Facebook page and like the stuff.
We have, last time I checked, we had 6 kids on the Try Happy Free Day so far, so I think we'll start pushing that a little bit more.
Oh, they
What did
come
you guys
through
think?
from the Bucks?
Awesome.
Come through
I don't know
the
if it came, I'm guessing it came through the Bucks, because it happened after that, so,
We had the only sign that survived this.
Sure did.
yeah, someone said they saw it on Main Street today, I'm like, oh, that's cool, where'd that come from? I want to do the trail of treats, we have candy that we need to use anyway, I would like to do the trail of treats, it's not gonna cost us anything, because we're chamber members, so,
And Drew can be there?
and, yeah, Drew, yeah, someone, yeah, Drew.
Might need to have someone else.
Somebody call and
Is
see that.
I think there are people in the community.
It's a long list.
There's a lot of people that have been studying YouTube.
So we could do that, and I don't know, we could have flyers to hand to the kids too, if we don't have stickers anymore, I think we use them all. We have pots still, but.
I did reach out to Kayla too, to get with her mom on being next year, the chamber, so I don't have to do all the chamber businesses this year to make, like, put a notice out to all the businesses that the tournaments are, so they're prepared for these.
Yeah.
Whether she did that or not, I'll follow up with her. But it was a pain. Luckily, as far as the 6 years goes, that's a one.
I think last year, didn't we do a meeting, we were on,
Well, with Doug, but I mean, I
and
physically called, like,
Mhm.
events, all the bars, Eagles, everybody. It was-
Sam, you have anything else
No.
in facilities?
We'll have some here. We do have, the TVs are ready to go.
and the banners are going up on
So as soon as Pat gets up,
October 16th.
fire duty.
October 16th?
So if you would like to be there to give direction, and your brothers and his whole friend, do it. So that's exciting.
I cannot be all day with. Otherwise, I would have ambition. Also, just so there's, I did text Pat, I wasn't trying to be, didn't need to, if I was to be, necessarily rude about it. I think when they're partnering on taking those down, a lot of the, tiles came up.
Oh.
So I texted Pat to let him know that.
The tiles.
The shooting cameras.
I think when they had the,
They drove
when they drove the panel over there,
We
that,
got a lot of tiles left there.
Well, I don't think they're necessarily
No,
broken, they're
Oh.
just hopped up and
Oh, okay.
so they just need to be, get some people, Pat will have to see if we can get some people to help kind of hop back in place, because it's been a bit, especially on the north side.
With dashboards, Cascade will not, put any, or make any new designs without it being two for us to submit, so that's why I needed that logo from, is it BDS?
Do you know if,
You're saying you need.
They have to switch over their entire printers, yeah, so they are requesting that we at least have two that they're printing at the time that I make it, so. It does. And any questions?
yeah,
And then, what's the date for next
Oh, shoot, I forgot.
Tuesday?
Oh, next Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
what's being presented next Tuesday?
15th.
The hockey team stuff.
Thought we're gonna have another board meeting.
No, I think we can, I think after on Thursday, just send it to us, I think we can, hopefully, figure out an email, if that can't be done, then we
We'll
can
call
schedule it,
special.
yes.
Alright,
It shouldn't be that big of a deal.
That's why I don't wanna let it, let's not waste any time. Okay, a motion to adjourn the meeting.
all those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned.